Hello. I just wanted to do a quick Jeffree Star unboxing. Jeffree had a 50% off all his palettes on the website, so y'all know I had to jump on that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before, so I definitely picked up all the palettes that I was missing. So I thought I would just unbox it, just do kind of like a first impressions, looking at all the stuff. I got 2 cards in my box today. I think I already have this makeup card. And then here's this one. This one's showing off his highlighters that he's brought back. This looks like it's just a pink box with pink filling inside. Okay, so I ordered 3 palettes. I'll start off with the small one. I ordered a mini. This is Lollipop Killer. Ooh, this would have been, I'm surprised that this, I mean, at least I didn't get it. I'm surprised that this wasn't shown more as like a kind of Valentine's Day palette. It's really pretty, very shiny. Let's pull this out. I love how easy it opened. Oh, it's matte. Ooh, matte realness. Okay, very matte with him and the knife. I think maybe the words on the bottom are like shiny. Do you see that? Very cool. And I wasn't too excited when I saw this palette because I'm like, well, I already have the mini Blood Sugar palette and I have the Pink Religion. So when I saw it was more pinks and purples, this is definitely giving more like berry. A very berry palette. But I'm happy to add this to my collection. I'm sure it'll work fine. It's very pretty. So that is Lollipop Killer. So I didn't have this one yet. And then the other ones, let's put this on the floor perhaps. Okay, let's put that on the floor. We got one all wrapped up. Girl, y'all know I picked up that gold-blooded, baby. Gold-blooded. This packaging feels, okay, I know we're all struggling. The packaging feels a little cheap for a 10th anniversary. Like, you can see it's like sunken in, right? Like, it is sunken in. It's very papery. Okay. I think I'm supposed to just push it through. Okay. So you just push it through. And if it wasn't obvious enough, he used the same. So that's just gold all over. Nothing on the back. He used the same. Oh, this is just coming off. So there's a little plastic on top. But it's the same palette, like the same body, you could say, as the Conspiracy palette that he came out with Shane Dawson. It's like murky in the back. Girl, even this paper, this little plastic on here, it's kind of giving cheap. It's like so easily coming off. I don't want it to come off yet. But it's got textured, it's textured, we got the star. Kind of looks like a vault. It's a little too simple. Huh. I don't know. This feels almost like a little too simple for Jeffree. Okay, let's try and open it now. So I should just be able to pop that open. There's a mirror in there. Let's cover the mirror. Let me take a look at this. Okay. Looks like, wow, that gold is crazy. So there's one in here called Vincent Van Gold. That one looks like it's a different formula than the rest. That super sparkly one right there. But of course, I'm really happy to have this in my collection. I love yellows, so I really love golds. We'll see how they perform. I really dig this color story. I'm just a little surprised at the actual component. This feels like the most, it's like a listen, I don't know. This is definitely not, it's in a similar shape as the Conspiracy palette. It's definitely the top of the Conspiracy palette, but the Conspiracy palette was definitely thicker, right? I feel like the Conspiracy palette was definitely a lot more chunky. This is a lot thinner. It's a little bit more sleek, but actually, I mean, honestly, I don't mind. If you're going to be paying usually for a palette this much, that costs this much, I don't mind it being a little clunky. But this definitely feels a lot lighter than the Conspiracy palette. So let's put that back in there. Oh, I don't want it to. Yeah. Oh, actually it goes in the box, doesn't it? Let's put that in the box. And then it goes in. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense. I do like how simple it is to push in and out though. But I am a bit surprised at how the feeling of this. Like, this feels like I would find this at a wholesaler. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So let's compare it to the other palette that I got. So I got the Orgy 2 palette. I gave away the first Orgy. I bought the original Orgy palette back in 2020, and I thought I would look at it first, and as soon as I looked at it, I pretty much just gave it away. I was totally not into using neutrals and brown shades at the time, so I was like, girl, not for me. No thank you. I passed that on to my MUA cousin, and she loves it. That palette, these Orgy palettes, especially the first one, I think is 100% for actual MUAs, actual makeup artists who do this for a job. I feel like we've gone enough down the rabbit hole for makeup that most people aren't using these large palettes anymore, and I personally do prefer, I think the sweet spot usually is between like 9 and 15 shades, to be honest. This is definitely a bigger palette, but I still wanted to grab it because I wanted to see it in person, but also because this palette is supposed to have shimmer shades included now. The first Orgy palette did not. It came with a mini of shimmer shades, which I don't feel like the shimmer shades in that palette were very good. The shimmer shades in the mini Orgy one, I again ended up giving away to my MUA cousin along with the bigger palette. So, okay, this one's a little bit, so now we have the sexiness. I think it's backwards. So before, I think the sexiness was on the actual palette, but now we're finding the risque on the palette box. And then on this one, I mean, he's still, you know, pretty much in the nude, but it's not as crazy as that first one. Look at that. I love that. It's like a pink pearl kind of shine. This is Orgy 2. Ooh, this is thicker. This feels thicker. Okay, so the color on this, it's pink. Let's cover this up. Okay. See, I like this a lot more because this is almost like, it's reminding me of Star Wedding. Like if you wanted the Star Wedding palette without, like the pinks and some of the berries that are in there, there's a row of kind of like cooler shades, and you wanted a bit more, I don't know, neutral. I think these shades are pretty neutral. Maybe these are slightly on the cooler side, but pretty much I think this is almost like a pure, like I think this palette would also be really good for weddings. It's definitely another staple, I feel like, contributing to another MUA's kind of go bag. These look really nice. And I'm totally willing to try these more because I love a shimmer. I totally love a shimmer. And when I tried the Star Wedding palette, I did not think I was going to like it as much as I did. So I'm really excited to try these out because this isn't in my usual kind of line of what I like to do. If I like them, I'll keep the palette. If I think they're kind of okay, where it ends up not being for me, then I'm totally willing to pass it on. But we'll see how these go. These are really pretty. I wish there wasn't as many light. I mean, I don't know. How often do y'all use transition shades? Like, is this, I don't know. Because I guess we just have one row of darks. I guess you don't need that much, right? Like, you really don't need that many dark shades. You should be able to do with one row. Okay, that's not too bad. But if that's the case, maybe you don't need 5 rows. Maybe just with 4 rows you'd be okay. I don't know. I'm not an MUA, but I like it. I do like it. I'm very interested to see how these will work. Thanks for watching. I would love to know down below which one of these 3 you would want me to try out first. It's been a while since I've done a Jeffree Star video, so if you're interested in me checking one of these out sooner rather than later, please let me know down below. Y'all have a great day.